Hi folks, welcome to another Patreon exclusive, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Reboot collection by Irwin Toys. So this was one of the poll options a little while back, and I said don't worry if your pick doesn't win, because eventually we will get to all of those choices, and these are some of my favorite beyond the 80s figures and characters. So the Reboot show, I actually didn't really get into it in season 1 or even season 2. It's season 3 that I thought was just spectacular, so that's why I only have figures from the 3rd season. But figures that we have are Andrea, who is Enzo Matrix's girlfriend, and on the back we see a number of the other figures that were available in the line: Matrix, Megabyte, Andrea, Commander Dot, Glitch Bob, and then the more rare second series figures, Web Matrix, which I wasn't able to hunt down, Web Bob, which I do have, Ray Tracer, there are 2 different versions of him, and Web Rider, and the insanely rare Captain Capacitor. So that one I have never seen. Haven't been able to hunt him down. One day, hopefully. And here is Enzo Matrix, all grown up, with gun, and his sister, Dot Matrix, Command.com. And down here, this is one of the more rare figures, the Web Bob. So this is what Bob looks like when Enzo first finds him in the internet. So his outfit has been degraded. Really beautiful, beautiful paint job on this, actually. A lot of these figures are, the previous lines were very simple, but this line had some really nice shading effects to it. And we see Web Bob there. And he also comes with a removable mask, which is how Matrix first sees him on the show. And then we have the second version of Bob. It's Glitch Bob, after he has merged with his key tool Glitch right there, which is kind of funny because he really shouldn't have that as an accessory, because he is that. But kind of cool that they included it anyway. You can maybe give it to a spare Matrix figure. And one of the Web Riders. This is another one of the rare figures, but it's a little easier to find. It does pop up on eBay from time to time, and it's not quite as much as some of these other rare figures, but really nice sculpting on that as well, and nice paint job on that. And then we've got Ray Tracer. 2 versions of this one released. The one that I have has this white silvery type of, it's not a texture, it's a design, but it's supposed to simulate, I guess, a texture or that sort of liquid metal look that he has in the show. And he comes with his surfboard. He is a search engine. All of these characters are basically computer programs or stuff like that. Think Tron. It's heavily influenced by Tron. So this guy is a search engine. He's able to find things on the internet. And it's really cool to see things like Command.com or a search engine be personified with an actual character that can talk, joke around. And this guy was Australian on the show, so he had a really charming Australian accent. And the stinker, Megabyte. Beautiful paint scheme on him. Looks like there's a very subtle dark wash on him. Really nicely done. There's been several versions of him in the toy line, but this is the most serious looking version of old Mega Breath. And then the last one in my collection comes on a different card. than all the other ones. It's got Dot in the top left corner. But it's a bucket of binomes. So these cute little guys are 1s and 0s. Well, I guess all of these guys are 1s. I don't think they... Did they do a... Well, look at that. There is another set of them. Security 1, 0, Security 0. So I've actually never seen this second set. I guess that might be another really rare set. But this set right here is just a nice little extra, because these are the people that populate the world of Mainframe on Reboot. Characters like this are exceptions. Bob is a Guardian. Enzo is a Guardian eventually. But most of the characters on Reboot look like that. And just to give you an idea of what these guys look like outside of the package, I was able to find a couple of them on eBay a while back for really cheap. We're talking $2 or $3. So I guess a Chinese seller had a whole bunch of them sent to them, and we're just getting rid of them for a really low price. So it's nice to have a couple of these guys that I can actually open, sit on a shelf. I've got them sitting here on the 1/6 scale collection shelf because I am just out of space in the 80s toy museum. And I'll do a more in-depth review on the channel in the future, but for now, since you are a Patreon supporter and you get behind the scenes footage, you can take a quick look at what these guys are like. Head articulation is just left and right with him. Arms go up and down and also in and out. So it's got enough range so that he can do his cool little pointing the gun out. Legs are very limited. It's just forward and back. There's no ball joint there. At least he's got a knee bend though, but no ankle pivot. Yeah, fairly basic figures. Probably really fun for kids to play with, but in terms of adult collectors, I'm trying to figure out how to pose him again here. There's not much you can do with them, and I took an extra glitch I had and gave it to Enzo here. And Andrea, really beautiful paint job on this one. Metallic paint on her hair. And she comes with a gun and a trident too. Really nice. Dot, I really like how she has these glasses. Focusing issue. These tiny little glasses, which I'm not sure if they're removable or not, but that's a nice little detail for such a kind of simple figure. And then we've got Web Bob. I don't know why I have him holding Glitch. That's, like I said, kind of repetitive. He is Glitch. But another really nice color scheme on this guy. Really beautiful. We got Megabyte in the back. And then the last one to show you from my Reboot collection is one of these larger figures. They're not quite 12-inch. I think they're about 10. But basically the same sculpt as that, only a bigger 2-up, 3-up, something like that. Even more limited range. Not really intended for posing. The head doesn't even move. This is basically just a statue with arms that move. Interesting difference though is that the hands are in fists instead of opened up, as if he's opening a portal. Really nice stand for it too. Just to make sure he doesn't topple over. And really nice face sculpt too. Very serious, very grim compared to the more Bob looking original version. So those are really nice too. They go for a little bit more when they pop up on eBay, but I really love this character, especially this version of him, Glitch Bob. So I wanted to have a little statue of him as well too. So that is my Reboot collection, carded and a couple of loose figures. Thanks everyone for watching. Hope you all have a great week. Until next time, Nerdmaste.